Anoa talking about the issue with Larry Wilmore. She said that she agrees with my wife that the N word is inappropriate no matter who says it. I don't know. I seriously, I want to hear your opinion on that as well with Bernie Sanders. There's no really need for me to rush to the next conversation because I really want to know what you guys think on that. I personally, I'm not offended by. It's one of those things, right? I think every group. Let's talk about racial slurs and offensive words. Every single group has words that they have co-opted or they've taken the power out of, and they've returned that power back to themselves, right? They take an offensive word and they strip the power from the people that have been using that word against them, and then they use it for themselves. I won't give you any other examples because to give you other examples would be for me to actually use the word, but I will reference the words, right? Women have words that they can call each other that men cannot call them. And whether or not it's offensive, it's between the women who use the word. The LGBTQ community, right? They can call each other words that someone who does not have the similar experiences, does not have the similar background, has not been through the same struggles. They can say words that we can never say because we don't identify with that struggle. Case in point, Mark Lamont Hill was on CNN and he was talking about the N-word, and he just expressly used it, right, live on CNN. And he said, Trinidad James, a rapper, he said, I might call Trinidad James. And see, here's where I jump off. And you see, I'm hesitating to say it in front of you guys. The only problem I had with Larry Wilmore saying it is because he said it in front of a bunch of people that if they said it, it would have been offensive, right? Like, I've done my best. I think I've said it on my show maybe twice in a year. That's because it's just part of my natural vernacular. It's just something I would say on any given day. If I see some of my boys, that's something I would say, right? But it's not something that I'm going to say in a formal format. It's not something I'm going to say in front of a bunch of white people because I don't want them to feel comfortable saying it themselves, right? So that's where I jump off the ship with Larry Wilmore. However, I understand what Larry Wilmore was doing. I understand what he was trying to do. I understand where he was going with it. I personally didn't have a problem. Matter of fact, not only did I not have a problem with it, but it was the best thing ever for me. For my wife, it was offensive, but for me, it was the best thing ever. So that's why I don't really jump off this shit. I don't have a problem with it. I understand. From somebody in the chat room said, I don't use the N-word unless I'm trying to be vulgar on purpose. Fair enough. And another person from the chat room said, I'm not going to pretend it hasn't slipped, joking with my brothers, never in mixed company. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. Like, if we use the exact same context, could you imagine someone from the gay community referencing the first gay president, or at least the first openly gay president, referencing them with a word that they use in the privacy of their community, and then bringing it out front and saying that, you know exactly what I'm referring to. Do you think it, like, in that context, in that mixed company, it seems that much more inappropriate? So I don't know. It didn't offend me. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I loved every second of it.